In our last video, we've set up the game so that we have a timer, so that it can keep score, we can move our character around, and our parrot will flap its wings. So the last thing that I want to do is I want the game to have some sort of conclusion. So we can do that really easy. There are just a few small things that we need to set up. So the first thing is that we're going to click in here in our first sprite, and I want to pull over the show option. And that's not going to do anything right now, but I'm going to add this to where I set up the score. So now it reads, when I receive begin game, it's going to show the character, set the score to 0. It's going to create our timer. Oop, I just noticed that this is an issue right here. I didn't catch in the last one. I don't want it to set the timer to 0. I want it to set my score to 0. So I'm going to pull that out. I apologize for not catching that in the last game, guys. That's going to make a lot more sense. Okay, so now it should start at 0. Perfect. And it's going to show my character. Now, I also want to make my character go away. So in the event, when I receive a certain broadcast, I want my character to hide. But I don't want it to be at the begin game, so we're going to have to change it to game over. And this is going to allow all of my characters to disappear when the game is over. So I'm going to actually just click on this, and I'm going to drag it over to where the parrot is and let go. What we've done is now we've created a copy. So it's now in both of these because we want that to happen in both. So when the game is over, we're going to hide both characters. All right. Now, while we're in this parrot, or while we're in whatever sprite you have being chased, you're going to see the when I receive begin game, repeat until timer equals 0, glide 1 second. We could add something here, or we could go back to where our timer is. It does not matter where we put this next one, but let's actually just, since we're on this screen, find the timer line of code. And let's go to events, and we're going to grab broadcast. And we're going to put it at the very end. So at the very beginning, we have broadcast begin game, but after the timer is over, I want it to broadcast game over. That way, when the timer equals 0, it's going to tell everything that the game is over and to hide the 2 characters. So let's go ahead and click on the flag. Let's play. Oh, hopefully we'll get some points in this. Oh. Oh, I know exactly what happened, guys. Earlier when I took that out, I shouldn't have. Sometimes making these adjustments and not paying attention to them won't let your game work, so I, again, apologize for that. All right, let's see if I can get it to go again. There, now our score is working. So you guys can hear in the background, I got a lot going on, so I apologize that the game wasn't working correctly. Okay, so let's run it until it gets all the way down to 0, and then hopefully at the very end, what we'll get is a blank screen. And we'll be able to see our score and the timer still, but we won't be able to see the characters, so no one can still play around. New. Oh, let's see if I can get a high score. Oh, and both of our characters disappeared because it was broadcasting end game. Now, there's a few other things you could do. You could have when you receive end game to switch to a different backdrop, and to do that, you simply click up here. You can create whatever backdrops you want. You can edit them. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Just play around, submit whatever you have made by sharing it. And this is going to save it. Or you could go back. Let's go back inside. If you do file and save to your computer, then you'll be able to upload it in our shared Google Drive folder. I'd love to see what you guys are creating.